apex predator high on cocaine, and you're running towards it.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the Comic John YouTube channel. I, of course, am your host, John Hassinger, for this out-of-theater reaction to Cocaine Bear. Yes! Directed by Elizabeth Banks, starring Alden, Ehrenreich, O'Shea Jackson, and Keri Russell. This movie, and it didn't sink in until about like halfway through, was an homage to 80s horror films, I think. So I went into this thinking it was just going to be straight up, you know, like Dumb and Dumber level comedy. You know, Cocaine Bear. I was like, okay, this is silly. But no, it's violent as in the second act, it just goes and then goes and goes, and you can't believe it sometimes. And of course, also I forgot, starring the great Liotta. But yes, Cocaine Bear is a really beautifully shot in the woods 99% of the movie. They have a lot, but very subtly used 80s 80s horror tropes, or, you know, even camera angles that you would see normally in an 80s film, especially horror. Specifically, the guy from The Wire who always says "shit." Of course, his name, it always blanks me when I do these while I'm trying to drive and replay the movie in my head and also keep my eyes on the road. He's driving, and the shot is from kind of like out and over here and like outside the car. And you know, I always remember seeing that in 80s movies altogether. So there was like 80s horror and just 80s altogether. I mean, the way it ends is so John Hughes, Steven Spielberg esque, with the camera panning back as the mom and the kids walk off into the sunset after, you know, the big monster was defeated. So I really I knew this movie was like an hour and 37 minutes or something like that. I knew it was short, but I checked my watch I checked my phone, and I don't wear a watch, and I realized I had like 27 minutes left, and I was like, damn it, I wish I had another hour left. I just liked the world that Elizabeth Banks created there, and they did tease at the end, cocaine goats. So, I mean, if this thing makes any money, which I think it broke even in week 1, or it's like about to break even by now. It's been out for like 2 weeks. So if you've seen it, let me know. If you were on the fence, I recommend it. I mean, I was a huge Friday the 13th fan growing up, huge Jason Voorhees fan. So a horror movie set in the woods that's primarily during the day, and you're shooting it kind of in an homage to the 80s genre of horror films and thrillers, and, you know, toss in a drug dealer. It was just great. It was enjoyable. It was an enjoyable time at the movie shows. Let me know what you guys think if you saw it. If you didn't, why not? But I mean, obviously the best thing about this movie is that Cocaine Bear is the name of the movie because she is the main character. She is the good guy. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. See you next week. I gotta go.